Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today O.F.A Group just filed an 8K, and it looks like they are getting more time to fix a big problem. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. They are struggling to keep their stock price up enough to stay listed on the Nasdaq, and while they got an extension, the clock is ticking. So O.F.A Group, or O.F.A.L as you see it traded, is a pretty small company in the industrial sector. They have a market cap of about $6 million and their stock has been trading very low recently, around 23 cents. We're talking about a company with only 6 employees. Now this filing is an 8K, which is basically a report for big events that happen between their regular quarterly or annual reports. The main event here is about their listing on the Nasdaq stock exchange. Companies have to meet certain standards to stay listed, and one of those is keeping a minimum stock price. For Nasdaq, the minimum is usually $1 per S-share. It seems like O.F.A Group has been having trouble with this minimum bid price requirement for a while. Back in December of 2025, they got a notice from Nasdaq because their stock price had been below $1 for 30 consecutive days. They were given 180 days, that's about 6 months, to fix it. This period was supposed to end around the 9th of June 2026. Unfortunately, they didn't quite make it by that initial deadline. So the company got another extension. This new letter from Nasdaq gives them an additional 180 days, taking them all the way to the 7th of December 2026 to get their stock price back above $1 for at least 10 straight business days. This is often called the compliance date. The good news, if you can call it that, is that this extension doesn't mean their stock is delisted today. They are still listed on Nasdaq. Nasdaq also looked at other listing requirements, like the total market value of their publicly traded shares, and O.F.A Group met those. So the only issue right now is that minimum stock price. To get back into compliance, O.F.A Group just needs their stock to trade at or above $1 for 10 business days in a row before December. They even mentioned in their filing that they might do a reverse stock split if needed. A reverse stock split is basically where a company reduces the number of its outstanding shares, which in turn increases the price per S-share. For example, they could do a 1-for-10 reverse split, meaning for every 10 shares you own, you'd end up with 1 share, and that 1 share would be worth 10 times the old price. But here is the serious part. If they don't manage to get that stock price up by December, Nasdaq will officially start the process to delist their shares. The company can appeal this decision to a hearing panel, but there is no guarantee that appeal would be successful. This is a common path for companies struggling with low stock prices. We've seen this play out before with many small companies. Often if a company can't fix its stock price problem within these extended periods, the delisting often leads to further decline and can even be a precursor to bankruptcy. Think about what happened with companies like Radio Shack or Sears. They had to go through multiple stock adjustments and still ended up facing significant challenges. Historically, about half of the companies that do reverse splits to stay listed on major exchanges end up delisted within a few years. O.F.A Group says they are going to keep a close eye on the stock price and figure out the best way to fix this. They have a couple of months to try and turn things around. Whether they can actually get their stock price back up on their own, or if they'll need to do that reverse stock split, remains to be seen. The company also put out a press release on the 12th of June to announce this news. This is pretty standard practice to inform investors about these types of important updates. Now, the filing also includes what they call forward-looking statements. These are basically guesses or statements about what might happen in the future. They're like warnings that things might not go as planned. They talk about their ability to cure any compliance issues, the possibility of a reverse stock split, and whether that split will actually work. They're saying that these things are not guaranteed and depend on various risks and uncertainties, which are usually detailed elsewhere in their filings. It's a way for the company to protect itself legally by stating that current plans are not certainties. The press release is included as Exhibit 99.1, which is basically an attachment to this report. And then there is Exhibit 104, which is an interactive data file for this report. The report is signed by Lee H.S.Yen Wong, who is the Chief Executive Officer of O.F.A Group. This shows that the company leadership is aware of this situation and is formally reporting it. So, what is the big picture here for O.F.A Group? They are in a tough spot, clinging to their Nasdaq listing by a thread. They need to see their stock price consistently above $1 by December. While they have an extension, this is a classic warning sign for smaller companies. The fact that they are even considering a reverse stock split tells you how much difficulty they are having maintaining a healthy stock price. Historically, this is a precarious situation. While a reverse split can temporarily boost the share price, it doesn't fix the underlying business problems that caused the low price in the first place. Often, companies that do reverse splits continue to struggle. The risk I am watching is whether this extension simply delays the inevitable delisting or if they can actually execute a strategy that genuinely improves investor confidence and the stock price. Alright, that is my take on this filing from O.F.A Group. What do you think about their chances to regain compliance? And what does this say about the company's direction? Let me know in the comments if you found this breakdown useful. Please hit that like button, subscribe for more. And check out the Discord link in the description below. Stay decoded.